The shortest war in history lasted a merely 38 minutes and was fought between the British Empire and the Sultanate of Zanzibar on August 27, 1896. The conflict arose due to a succession dispute following the death of the previous sultan. The British, with their superior naval power, quickly defeated the Zanzibari forces, leading to the end of hostilities in less than an hour. Cleopatra, renowned as the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt, lived during a period that is closer in time to the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969 than to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. While Cleopatra ruled Egypt from 51 BC to 30 BC, the Great Pyramid of Giza was built around 2560 BC, making the time gap between Cleopatra's era and the moon landing surprisingly shorter in comparison. In ancient Rome, urine was utilized as a mouthwash due to its ammonia content, which was believed to help whiten teeth. This practice, though unusual by modern standards, was a common hygiene technique among Romans, who valued cleanliness and personal growth. The ammonia in urine was thought to have antibacterial properties and was used in various cleaning applications beyond oral hygiene as well. During the 17th century Dutch Golden Age, tulip bulbs became so highly valued in Holland that they were traded for exorbitant prices, often surpassing the value of gold. This period of speculative frenzy, known as tulip mania, reached its peak in the winter of 1636 to 1637 before collapsing dramatically, leading to significant financial losses for many investors. Ada Lovelace, an English mathematician and writer, is recognized as the world's first computer programmer. She collaborated with Charles Babbage, a pioneer of mechanical computers, and wrote algorithms for his analytical engine in the mid-19th century. Lovelace's visionary work laid the foundation for modern computing concepts and programming languages. The Great Wall of China, often perceived as a single continuous structure, is actually a series of walls, fortifications, and natural barriers constructed over centuries by various Chinese dynasties. The wall's primary purpose was to protect the northern borders of China from invasions and raids by nomadic tribes, with sections dating back as far as the 7th century BC. Louis Antoine of France, known as Louis XIX, holds the record for the shortest reign as a monarch in history, ruling for a mere 20 minutes in July 1830. His ascension to the throne occurred during the July Revolution, a period of rapid political change in France, which resulted in his abdication shortly after assuming the title of king. The term trivia originates from Latin, where it originally referred to the three lower arts of grammar, rhetoric, and logic. Over time, the term evolved to describe insignificant or trivial facts and information, leading to its usage in modern contexts such as quiz games and general knowledge pursuits. The 1919 World Series became infamous due to the Black Sox scandal, where several players from the Chicago White Sox conspired to intentionally lose games in exchange for financial rewards from gamblers. This scandal tarnished the reputation of baseball and led to the banning of 8 players, including star player Shoeless Joe Jackson from professional baseball for life. The use of toilet paper can be traced back to ancient China, where it was first documented during the 7th century AD. Initially reserved for royalty and aristocrats, toilet paper gradually became more widespread as a hygiene product, eventually evolving into the common household item we use today. Originally constructed as the centerpiece of the 1889 Exposition Universelle, the World's Fair, held in Paris, the Eiffel Tower was initially intended to be a temporary structure. Designed by engineer Gustave Eiffel, the tower's innovative design and impressive height quickly captured the world's attention, leading to its preservation as an iconic symbol of France. In ancient Greece, athletes competed in a brutal sport known as pankration, which combined elements of boxing and wrestling. Participants were allowed to use almost any form of attack against their opponents, except for eye gouging and biting. Pankration was a popular event in the ancient Olympic Games and required a unique blend of strength, agility, and combat skills. William Henry Harrison holds the distinction of being the shortest-serving president in U.S. history, with a presidency lasting only 31 days. Harrison's presidency was tragically cut short when he succumbed to pneumonia shortly after delivering his lengthy inaugural address on a cold and rainy day in March 1841. The Boston Tea Party, a pivotal event leading to the American Revolution, took place on December 16, 1773. American colonists, protecting against the British Parliament's imposition of taxes on tea, disguised themselves as Native Americans and boarded British ships in Boston Harbor, dumping chests of tea into the water as a protest against taxation without representation. The Great Fire of London, which raged from September 2nd to September 6th, 1666, devastated a significant portion of the city, destroying thousands of homes and buildings. The fire, fueled by strong winds and the predominantly wooden construction of London's buildings, led to widespread destruction and prompted major urban renewal efforts, including the implementation of stricter building codes and fire prevention measures. The inaugural, modern Olympic Games were held in Athens, Greece in 1896. Reviving the ancient tradition of athletic competitions dating back to 776 BC, the 1896 Olympics marked the beginning of the modern Olympic movement, showcasing a range of sporting events and fostering international unity and athletic excellence. The concept of zero as a numerical digit was developed by ancient Indian mathematicians around the 5th century AD. This groundbreaking innovation revolutionized mathematics and laid the groundwork for modern numerical systems, including the decimal system and positional notation, which are fundamental to various fields of science and technology. The shortest war between sovereign states occurred in 1932 between the British Empire and the Sultanate of Najd, which later became part of Saudi Arabia, known as the Anglo-Saudi War. The conflict lasted merely 6 days and resulted in the swift victory of British forces, leading to the establishment of British influence in the region. The term muckraker was coined by President Theodore Roosevelt in the early 20th century to describe investigative journalists who exposed corruption and social injustices. These journalists, often working in the era of progressive reform movements, played a crucial role in raising public awareness and advocating for political and social change. The Wright brothers achieved the first successful powered flight in history on December 17, 1903, near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Their aircraft, the Wright Flyer, made 4 flights that day, with the longest flight lasting 59 seconds and covering a distance of 852 feet. This groundbreaking achievement marked the beginning of modern aviation and revolutionized transportation and exploration worldwide.